What's goody YTBC? What's good fight fans? Boxing heads around the world. B Marsh with another boxing video. So this is my last and final response to Strictly Boxing News. You know what I'm saying? He had this was my initial response is I'd made a 3-part video and it was basically a response to Strictly Boxing News about his video. He was talking about Floyd Mayweather has not fought 23 world champions. He's only beaten title holders. You know what I'm saying? So, I made a 3-part video to debunk that. You know what I'm saying? Basically to let him know that, that his opinion is flawed. You know what I'm saying? It has a lot of holes in it. You know what I'm saying? And, basically, this is basically the epilogue. You know what I'm saying? The final chapter about to seal the deal right here. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad that Strictly Boxing News got to see my videos, you know what I'm saying? Because he, initially that's what I made him for, right? You know what I mean? I made him, I made the video so hopefully he could see it and maybe be enlightened or educated about, you know what I'm saying, what a world champion is, you know what I'm saying? And, according to his definition, a world champion is a man who's undisputed, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, we haven't had an undisputed champion in boxing since when 2000 what? Since 2007 when Jermaine Taylor beat B-Hop, you know what I'm saying? So you check it. So that's definitely incorrect, you know what I'm saying? So that means everybody who's been fighting ever since 2007, if they haven't fought an undisputed champion, then these guys are just in fights that are, it's just a fight, a world title fight, right? A title holder fight, right? That's basically what Strictly Boxing News is saying, you know what I'm saying? But last time I checked, any man who holds a version of one of the 4 alphabet belts, you know what I'm saying? WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO. If a man holds a version of one of these 4 alphabet belts, you know what I'm saying, from the major 4 sanctioning bodies, then he's a world champion, you know what I'm saying? Okay? If a man like, I don't know, let's say, look at that fight, Hold on, man. Let me just get into the comment section because the man Strictly Boxing News, he left me a lengthy comment in the comment section and I read every single detail about it. And I was going to respond via comment, but I said, why do that when I do make videos? That's what I make videos for now, you know what I mean? You check it back when I ain't have a channel, I would be a guy who'd listen to videos. And if I disliked what somebody said, I probably would leave a comment. But now that I do have a channel, I'll just go ahead and drop a vid. You dig what I'm saying? So I did this, man. The man Strictly Boxing News came and he tried to make some points. He said the like to dislike ratio was in favor in his video, that particular video that I made a response to, that Floyd not beating 23 world champions, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm here to debunk that and say, the like to dislike ratio doesn't mean anything, you know what I'm saying? The majority of the people who do listen to your channel are like-minded just like you know what I'm saying? You guys share the same kind of ideas. You guys share the same hatred for Floyd Mayweather. So, of course, if you do come on the channel and say inaccurate things about Floyd, even from the title of your video, that's what got me. That's what made me want to listen to everything you had to say. You know what I'm saying? So when your subscribers and viewers do see that you guys are like-minded and you guys do like that you do prefer to bash Floyd Mayweather, of course they're gonna be in favor and they're gonna give you more likes, you know what I'm saying? Regardless if you're telling the truth, you know what I'm saying? Because to be honest, that video title is false. It's not the truth. And you pride yourself in your video, and there's nothing wrong with being a Christian. That's all well and fine, you know what I'm saying? Christian man always speak the truth, right? Alright, so now check this, you know what I'm saying? When you say you are speaking the truth, you're not actually on that particular video, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say you do that in all your videos, but I'm not going to lie. It's the titles that will catch me, that when I see a blatant, bold-faced lie in the title like that one, then of course I'm going to go ahead and listen to the vid, you know what I'm saying? So your supporters and your viewers and subscribers, they all think like you. You guys are like-minded, you know what I'm saying? You've heard Dante Boxing Nation call a certain demographic of fans on the YTBC decaps, right? Well, I think it's fair to say that the majority of the subscribers and the viewers and the commenters in your comment section are decaps, you know what I'm saying? There are guys who have gone as far to say in your comment section that Pacquiao did beat Floyd Mayweather. There are guys who have gone as far to say in your comment section that Miguel Cotto has a better, by far, resume than Floyd Mayweather. You know, I mean, these are statements that a dumb casual ass fan would say, you know what I'm saying? A decaf, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to disrespect your channel, but there are some channels here on the YTBC that we can call decacs, you know what I'm saying? Dumb casual ass channels, you know what I'm saying? But that's for another video. Alright? So now peep this. The man left me a second point, strictly boxing news, and which is good, man. I like the dialogue, my G. Give thanks, man. I do like it. The man said more people agreed I was factually correct, and that goes back to maybe that the fans in your comment section are ignorant, and there's nothing wrong with being ignorant. You know, not everybody on this planet, there's not one man on this planet who knows every single thing about boxing. You know what I'm saying? There's some certain people, there are people here on the YTBC who got a tremendous, they got numerous knowledge about boxing, you know what I'm saying? But there's not a single man who knows every single thing about boxing. You check what I'm saying? Now peep this. You say that your fans they're in favor and that what you said is factual. Well, that shows that your fans don't know anything about boxing, because what you said is not factual. Just from the title alone, I don't got to go deep into what you said. Just from the title alone, Floyd Mayweather has not, I repeat, has not beaten 23 world champions. That's false. That's a lie. And if the subscribers and viewers on your channel do believe that, then that shows that they don't know anything about boxing, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say you don't know anything about boxing. Maybe you yourself are ignorant and don't know what the definition of a champion is when it comes to boxing. It's not an undisputed champion. Because if that's the case, nobody's been a world champion since 2007 when the man, what's his name? What's that guy's name? That crazy guy. I just mentioned him, man. Jermaine Taylor with the brain bleed. You know what I'm saying? That guy right there is the last world champion we've had in boxing and that was in 2007. By your logic, that's what you're telling me? No, I don't believe so. That's false. The man told me that, you know, to be the champion, you have to beat to have all 3 belts, or at least 3 or more in today's time. So, you know, I'll give you an example. Like at light heavyweight, 175 pounds, Adonis Stevenson has only 1 strap, the WBC belt, and he had the lineal strap that the lineal Ring Magazine strap that Ring Magazine stripped away from him because he hasn't fought a top 10 guy in like over a year or something, okay? All right, so now peep this. The man, what's his name? Adonis Stevenson beat Chad Dawson. Chad Dawson was the man in the division, the #1 guy, okay? Kovalev has 3 belts, all right? And Kovalev did beat a former undisputed champion, sure. B-Hop. B-Hop was undisputed in 2007 when he fought Jermaine Taylor, okay? Now, you're trying to tell me that Adonis Stevenson is not a world champion because he doesn't have 3 belts, and what's his name is? Kovalev is because he has 3 belts? No, I don't think so, man. They're both world champions, you know what I mean? They're both world champions. That's how it goes, you know what I'm saying? And actually the man, Adonis Stevenson beat the man in the division, you know what I'm saying? He beat the man in the division, okay? The #1 guy, and that was Chad Dawson, all right? So yeah, there we go. I just debunked another point, you know what I'm saying? And there's no shame in your game, my G. You know, these are actually simple things, you know, that I would expect a man who has a boxing channel to know, all right? Then the man gave me an example, and he says, will you honestly view Billy Joe Saunders as the middleweight champion or the man at middleweight? And he asked me, and he told me, no, you won't. Yet he has a belt. But actually, I do consider Billy Joe Saunders a world champion. You know what I'm saying? I do consider him a world champion because the man fought in a world title fight and he took a belt off of Andy Lee, who was a world champion, okay? Andy Lee was a world champion. Sure enough, he was, you could call him a paper champ. You know, he got a vacant belt, a belt that Peter Quillen left behind. Okay, that Peter Quillen vacated. All right. So, what you call it? Damn, I lost my train of thought. Billy Joe Saunders fought in a world title fight versus Andy Lee. That was a world title fight for the WBO 160-pound 160 title. All right, so that is definitely, he's definitely a world champion. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Even the man Triple G. Triple G looks like the most dominant guy in 160. Sure, but he's never even been a lineal Ring Magazine champ in his life. All right. The man Cannoli has that title, you know what I'm saying? And Cannoli beat the guy who beat the guy, all right? The man Cotto was the guy who beat what's that guy's name? Maravilla, Sergio Martinez. You check it? So nah, them fellas is a world champion. So don't give me that Billy Joe Saunders is not a world champion. He might not be the man in the division. Triple G is, but Triple G doesn't even have the lineal title. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so yeah, so that man is a world champion, Billy Joe Saunders, okay? And then you ask me, in the era of greats like Robinson, Ezra Charles, Archie Moore, there were 8 divisions, you know what I'm saying, versus 17 today. There was only one sanctioning body, so when you fought the champion, you fought the man. So using simple math, if in Sugar Ray Leonard and Archie Moore's time when they fought, and the Archie Moore had over 200 fights, if they had 4 sanctioning bodies and more divisions, do you think they would have fought more current and former champions than anyone in the history of the sport, like Floyd said? You know, that's a good point, but you know, actually, that's kind of hypothetical, you know what I'm saying? We live in an age in boxing right now where there are 4 sanctioning bodies, you know what I'm saying? Okay? And there are more divisions, all right? And I'm not saying if that's good or bad, but a man right now, it's harder for a man to be undisputed because there are 4 titles. A man has to go and grab 4 titles. Unlike back in the day, if Sugar Ray Robinson is the man at welterweight or at middleweight, he's the #1 guy because there was only 1 belt at the time, you know what I'm saying? So when they started having 2 belts, and that was the WBA belt when, you know what I'm saying, he was the world champion, you know what I mean? So if the man, when there was the WBC and the WBA belt, you know what I'm saying? Now, all a man has to do is win 2 titles to be the undisputed champ. In this day and age, it's much harder when there's 4 sanctioning bodies, also TV networks. Guys are promoted by promoters who are beefing and stuff and not doing business together. So it's much harder. So the man Archie Moore fought 200 fights, man. But let's be real, man. You know, I'm not taking away anything from all them old school guys. Resumes. Those guys are legends, and I like boxing history. But those guys were not fighting as many world champions back to back to back like the man Floyd was. You know what I'm saying? Floyd was. You know, those guys back in the day, they fought a lot of guys who also had bum records. You know, they also won a lot of stay busy tune-up fights. I don't know the last time that man Floyd was in a tune-up fight. If you want to call the Berto win a tune-up fight, then sure enough, you could go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? But that's besides the fact. Floyd fights now, and we're not going to deal with hypotheticals, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about this era, you know what I mean? You tend to compare the man Floyd Mayweather with Muhammad Ali a lot, man. Maybe because you might think he's on Muhammad Ali's level or something, you know, or his greatness. I don't know, you know? And, you know, you also mentioned on your videos, you like calling people who disagree with you, calling Floyd, you say Floyd is your idol. Well, if you only knew me, Floyd is not even one of my favorite fighters, man. But I must defend anybody. I don't care if I hate the guy. I must defend any boxer when somebody is making videos and spreading propaganda and lies to tarnish his legacy. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if I like the man or not. He does some nut ass shit outside the ring, you know. You made a lot of your video. You made a lot of points about everything you hate about him. But it wasn't nothing about boxing. It was almost like a TMZ thing. You was talking about when he said Mike Tyson had snatched up some broad and, you know, did some stuff like that. Well, you know, that has nothing to do with the man inside the ring. We're only talking about boxing and his resume and his career. You know what I'm saying? Damn, man. Looks like I might have to make a part 2 to this vid because this joint about to cut short. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, because I definitely got some more points, man. Part 2 of the final epilogue coming up, so hold tight. B Marsh Boxing, check me on the next video. Part 2, or the epilogue. Part 2 of the epilogue to Strictly Boxing News. You know what I'm saying? About to seal the deal and close the book on this chapter, man. Because I thought I did that in the first 3 videos because I debunked everything he said. But he's still, I guess he's still in denial. But here we go, part 2 coming up.